So this is what exactly happened. Now I had added some water. I kept these two pots. These are both of my moonstones. Now you can see they were extremely dehydrated, so I thought that I'm going to do a quick bottom watering. So probably around 6 p.m. in the evening, last evening, and I just kept them in this. And then I got busy with making my papercrete pots, and I completely forgot because it was already very dark by 7 p.m. and I thought that I'm going to take them out and keep them aside, but I completely forgot about it. And now I'm going to show you my moonstones. Thankfully are doing quite well, but this small little guy over here, my Ceraria blue elf, I guess it was a pup, and that's the one that is gone. It has a crown rot, so I'm going to show it to you in a while. So these are my moonstones that were left overnight in the tray for bottom watering. Completely forgot about it. And the reason why these have not rotted yet is because they are extremely dehydrated. I completely forgot about them because they were at the right end of the parapet. It was very difficult for me to notice. That is the reason why you need to be very vigilant when you are taking care of succulents, and especially when you have a huge collection, these things happen quite frequently. Now, as you can see, if you look at the succulent, you can say that the succulent is very, very dehydrated. A lot of wrinkles. You know, this succulent is a succulent with very plumped leaves. It stores a lot of water, but you can see the leaves are all deflated. All of the water has been used up by the succulent. The leaves tend to look more like a spoon right now rather than a plump leaf. You can see, let me show you this leaf over here. You can see it's kind of curved. It looks like a grape that has been smashed. So this is what happened. So this was all fine. There was no issue with this one. This is where that small accident happened, which is absolutely fine. It's a very common thing. Mistakes do happen. You do not need to stress over it. Now, I'm not saying that because I have a lot of succulents, but you know, it does happen every now and then. You tend to miss out on some succulents, and that's okay. You do not need to be hard on yourself. You do not need to be worried. Gardening is all about relaxation. Gardening is all about being stress-free, enjoying, and these things do happen. So my moonstone again over here is completely dehydrated, but it'll take, probably this is going to take a little longer time because a lot of water has to be stored in the leaves. I'm not going to be watering it anymore. This is more than enough. I will just wait. The succulent will slowly start to plump up. Probably it might take more than 24, it's not going to be 24 hours. I think it's going to take more than 48 hours and it will start getting better. I will definitely show you the picture once it tends to get plump, so you can get a better idea, because right now you can see it's very, very dehydrated. So this is the problem child, or was a problem child, because it's completely gone. It's no longer going to survive because it has a crown rot. So you can see the moment I am going to move it, it is going to just crash. You can see the center has turned black in color. This is the first leaf that has fallen off. You can see the leaf edge is turning transparent, which means you can see the end of the leaf where usually you tend to get a pup has turned transparent and it's slightly darker in color. So most probably this is not going to work out. And okay, there you go. So it's going to just fall apart like a pack of cards. And there. So we are done. I'm going to show you the amount of blue elves that I have. So there's nothing to be worried. So a lesson learned. I'm glad that I'm able to share this with you, because this might happen to you, especially if you are a beginner. You can see even after keeping succulents for so many years, this is what happens every day in the garden, and it's a very normal thing. I do see a lot of people who send me messages showing their succulents have rotted. They have just started keeping succulents like for maybe 2 or 3 months, and they get so depressed, they get so stressed out, they get so panicked, and they kind of start giving up. They say that, oh, I don't think I can keep succulents anymore, I'm just killing them. Well, then that is a part of gardening. You cannot have a perfect gardening. You always have accidents, you have deaths, you have a lot of growth, you have flowers. It's just a part of nature. At times you're not able to handle it, maybe because of mistakes or maybe because of lack of experience, and that's absolutely fine. Please do not be stressed. Please do not give up on gardening. Nobody has a perfect garden. Everyone has learned it through mistakes. What I believe is a beautiful garden is an outcome of a lot of mistakes, errors, learning, and that's how you start building up your beautiful garden. So I'm going to quickly show you the blue elf that I just lost. I have an entire bunch of Ceraria blue elf that are doing extremely well, and I'm going to quickly show it to you. So this is what I was up to last evening. I already have used my previous papercrete, and today I'm going to be mixing some more. Now, a lot of people tend to use a blender for making their pulp. I do not use, because I do not want to waste electricity for unnecessary reasons, when this can be done without the help of electronics or any gadgets. I just let them be in this for at least let's say 2 to 3 days, and it just starts getting into a pulp. I just keep mixing it, and these are all the waste toilet paper which I usually get it in the shipping, because we have very generous succulent sellers who give you tons and tons of toilet paper. At times I use them for packing my succulents whenever I have to give it to my friends, or if there is a swap happening, I use these same toilet papers to wrap my succulents as well. And if I have anything excess, I turn them into a papercrete pot along with a lot of newspapers and things like that. So these are this is what happens now. This is almost 60% is already starting to turn into a pulp. Probably another few days and this is going to turn into a complete paper mash. So then this is going to get ready. This is the newspaper. I just put it last night, so it's going to take a while for it to get ready. I have some more of toilet paper. Now, it doesn't make any sense buying new toilet paper and making papercrete out of it. It doesn't make sense. So this is the best way that I can reuse this toilet paper. The ones that are completely damaged and torn are the ones that I use, but I try to fold and reuse the toilet paper back again, especially when I am sending some succulents to my friends. So this is what kind of diverted my attention, and I forgot about the succulents that were kept in for bottom watering. So these are all of my papercrete pots that are just waiting to get dried. So I made around, I think 8. Yes, I think I made around 8 pots. Reason is because I recently did a lot of cuttings. So while these cuttings are getting calloused and air rooted, by then I have a lot of my pots ready. I actually ran out of papercrete last evening, so I was only being able to make around 8 pots. Otherwise I usually make around 10, probably 12 to 15 pots at one go, because it's a very difficult process. You have so much of excessive back pain because you have to keep making the mash and then putting into the container, so it's like quite hectic. So I try to finish up all of my pots in one go so that I don't have to do it again. And this, trust me guys, 15 pots, it all goes off in just like 5 minutes. I'm done with all the potting, so I hardly have any pots left, and then again I have to make some more of my pots. So these are all the cuttings that I had. These are majorly Sedum Adolphis and a few of my Echeverias that I had done some stem cutting. So these all are going to go into these pots very soon. So this is how the finished product looks like. This is my older papercrete pot that I had made, and it's housing my Echeveria fire pillar. Now, as you can see, the edges are very thin, so I have to be extremely careful. I cannot hold the pot by the edges. The entire piece is going to come out, so I need to hold it like this from below, from the sides, or I can hold it from beneath, but I cannot hold it at the edges like how we usually pick up some pots, because this thing is going to break. It's quite delicate because the edges are very thin. So you can see it looks absolutely beautiful. I just love the color because this I had some fine dust of the soil that I had filtered. If you remember the filtered dust that we keep aside, I added some of that, so that gave it a slight light brown color. Otherwise usually the pots look very grey. So I really like it. Looks a lot like a clay pot, looks a lot like an earthen pot, so it gives a nice look to it. So this is one of the finished product of paper green. So I have some more. Probably those are going to look a little bit grey in color because I haven't added a lot of dust. I was almost done of my regular soil dust, which I filter and I keep it aside. So this is all that I had, and the next batch is going to be slightly grey, but this is looking absolutely beautiful. So these are my bunch of Ceraria Blue Elf. I think I have made a video on their care tips. You can definitely check it out in the playlist, where I have put in all of the care requirements as per a single variety. So the Blue Elves are looking absolutely beautiful. Very soon they will be getting into their dormant period. So I'm just waiting for them to get that beautiful blue color. That's the reason why they have been given the name as Blue Elf. They turn extremely blue in color with a lot of red edges on the leaves. So guys, I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe, and keep propagating.